As an Icelandic woman, I hate what Quentin Tarantino did to our reputation. He single-handedly started this weird wave of tourism with one interview. So like 15 years ago, Tarantino was in Iceland and like became obsessed with it, understandably. He like returned for New Year's and like partied on New Year's Eve, which is granted an insane thing in Iceland. He goes on Conan O'Brien and is talking about his experience, and a lot of it is hilarious and spot on. There's this one thing he said that was so freaking annoying. And that is that because of how much Icelanders party and how much they drink, no lie there, but he was saying that in the US, you try to get the women drunk enough so that they'll go home with you. In Iceland, you try to get them home with you before they're too drunk. I know that that's a good joke and it's funny, and I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not like whatever, but this sparked a wave of these tourists coming to Iceland because of the quote-unquote loose women. I was at the height of my partying during this time, and it was an absolute shit show. All these dudes coming to Iceland and just expecting that the women would just be throwing themselves at them, and then getting angry when that didn't happen. There was specifically this one time where my girlfriends and I were at a club. We were having so much fun. We're chatting to these Americans. Within like 5 minutes of the conversation, they're like, okay, should we go? And we're like, go where? What do you mean? To our hotel. Like, are you ready? Should we go now? And we were like, no, we're good. Like, absolutely not. This was like within 5 minutes. They see us, they find out we're Icelandic, let's go. And when we were like, no, they go, aren't you guys supposed to be super S-L-U-T? I don't know how much I can say on this app. S-L-U-T-T-Y. And it wasn't in like a teasing, joking way. It was like they wanted to speak to the manager. They were like, we came to Iceland because we were promised that there would be Icelandic women who would throw themselves at us. Why aren't you doing that? They were angry. And this is not the only story, especially from those years, the 2010s years. I don't know. I have no idea what the scene is right now. My brother owns some bars, and I'll have him come on and talk to you about the nightlife. I'm just saying there are so many stories exactly like this, of this very, very niche type of tourism of dudes coming to Iceland because they were expecting women to throw themselves at them. And granted, Icelandic women are definitely more liberated than they are in the States, 1000%. I think we generally feel safer. Not to say that there aren't any violent cases, there definitely are. Again, separate video. I need to like fully research before I even open my mouth talking about stuff like that. But just, I have such a gripe with Tarantino because a lot of these dudes that came, they were like, well, Tarantino said that this is like where you should go. So this is my very public feud with Quentin Tarantino. I wish you hadn't done that, dude. Obviously, if you want to cast me in a movie, like I'll accept as like a formal apology on behalf of my sister. But yeah, dude, not cool.